Hey, hello everybody, this is Big Bang Crypto. My name is Sam and welcome to another episode. Well, I think this is the question right now. Bitcoin, dead end street. As you may know, we fell under 10k and now the big question is, will we get a new low? And in this video I want to show you why I think that this will not happen and that we will see a big move in the not so distant future. Now, very important before we get into it, the Discord channel is ready and you will find the link in the description. Well, in this channel we will talk about everything around Bitcoin and important news. I will share my ideas with you and post the chart and what I think is very important right now. You can answer with me everything that is going on. You can tell me your questions and I try to answer them. So I think this is very similar to what we've done in the Telegram group. So yeah, I think this is a very good way to discuss, talk and share everything. So please use the Discord channel. As I told you, you will find the link in the description. And then, as you may know, there's also a Twitter account, Big Bang Crypto. You find the link also in the description. There I post, for example, when there is a new video or important news or things like that. When you take a look at it right now, you won't find that much. Well, this is because I've been working on these things and I told you I have another job and things like that and family and so it took a little time to prepare that so that yeah, I can use it every day. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, well, it would be very nice when you do that. So and third, closing the Telegram group. Well, I think the Discord channel makes more sense right now because everybody can use it, and I really don't like it when people, which reason ever, can't connect with our community and talk with us or get the chance to be involved. So this is why I will close the Telegram group, and please come to the Discord channel. So let's take a look at the chart. Now, in my previous video I've been talking about this bull flag and this bull flag. Well, I showed you a bull flag that was a little bit that was really tight and flat. This one is still tight but not that flat because I've been going a little bit to the upwards with this upper line. And I think what you can see is that this bull flag after the second test of the channel line is very similar to this one that we get right now. And now first I want to take a look at this one. After testing the channel line for the second time, as you can see, we came all the way up and then we started this bull flag formation. We had a real nice flagpole, a bullish trend, as you can see. I think this is over a $2,000 step, and then Bitcoin, or the price, was moving inside of this flag, and at some point we break out of this flag and upwards and moved all the way up to the main trend line. Now when we take the height of this flag and put it right there, as you can see, yeah, this fits really good and makes a lot of sense. I also told you that after reaching the highest point, we had a nearly 11% correction, and when we take a look at this one right there, we have a 11% correction. So very similar, and in my previous video I told you that this is possible because of this recurring similarities that we can find everywhere in Bitcoin's price movements. So really yeah, easy to understand Bitcoin. And as you can see, this is very similar, this bull flag and this bull flag. And now when we take the height of this one and put it right there, yeah, we come all the way up to the main trend line and have the chance to break the main trend line. And I told you in my previous videos, this is a part of the 4-wave theory, that after the third test of the channel line, we will come up and break the main trend line. And as you can see, we have a bullish trend like we've had at that time. So this is a really bullish trend for me. This is a $2,000 step again, coming all the way up to this orange line. And I think this is a very important line, because when we break it, as you can see, we move all the way up to the main trend line. And every resistance, the resistance wall that I've talked about, is broken with this line. So this is something around $10,800. That makes a lot of sense to me. When we break it, when we reach the 11K and see confirmation, then we are able to move to the main trend line, and that won't take that much time. Now, why do I think that we won't see another or a new low? That's something that I already talked about. When you take a look at these lines, as you can see, this is our channel line, and every time we tested this channel line, so 3 times right now, every time we tested it and moved above this first orange line, we didn't come back to the channel line. So here you can see, we see a little bit of well, consolidation, and then we moved higher again, coming from the second low all the way up. We tested it again at that point, and then we moved higher. And right now, as you can see, we tested the channel line, crossed this orange line, we came back, tested it, and then we moved up like crazy. And this is the reason for me, or one of the major reasons, to say we won't see a new low. Now, something that I'm working on, and I didn't really talk about it, is this green channel that you can see right there. A part of the 4-wave theory is that after testing the channel line for the 3rd time, Bitcoin starts to move inside of a channel all the way up to the main trend line, and then continue moving higher before we see a 30% correction. I've been talking about that in my previous videos, so this is a very important part of the 4-wave theory. So so now here comes the point. Every time, and I will show you that in another video, every time Bitcoin tests the channel line for the 3rd time, it starts to move inside of a channel to the main trend line. Every time. There is not one example where I could see something else. So every time. Now, what we have is this upper line of this channel, and we have, and I think that we have this line right now because of this test, and because of this test. As you can see, Bitcoin is right now respecting this line. We thought it will come down, or some people thought it could come down, but as you can see, this is playing a big role. And something else that is also playing a big role is this blue lines around $9,900. Now, why is this playing a big role? Well, when you take a look at the current wave, as you can see, on the way up it was a little bit resistance, on the way down it was support, then again it was resistance, it was support, it acts right now as support. And when you go all the way back to the last wave of the last bull market with $20,000 as the highest point, at that time this also played a big role on the way down. Now I don't want to show you that. You can take a look at that yourself. If you want me to, I can show you that, but I don't want to focus too much on that line. You can believe me, it played a big role on the way down. So this is why we're seeing this support right there, and we also get a support from this green line, which played a big role down there. So as you can see, we have right here a huge support. Oh, this one. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, it played a really big role in the back, and right now it is helping us. Also, this green line is helping us. And now I think when we compare this one to this bull flag, I think that it is very likely, very likely, and to be honest with you, I nearly give it 100% of probability. Let's say 99.99% percent of probability that we will move higher and not see a new low. All right, and I told you that in my previous videos, even if we see a new low, let's say we come down to this point and are somewhere around $8,600 or $500,000 because of the futures gap and things like that. For me, it is not a problem. I had my last buy order around $9,100, so I'm okay with that. And like I told you, I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to trading is trying to catch the bottom or the highest point. This is nearly impossible, and you will lose your profit when you try to do that. So this is why I always said my calculation showed me 36% correction is very likely. Right now at that point I showed you we have a 35% correction, and I always said the 36% is only for your orientation. I will not take the whole risk. I will go a little bit higher, and that was good at that point because we found our low at $9,050. And as I told you, this is a really bullish movement sign, and as you can see, all the way we came down is very similar to this act right here. So coming all the way up and then nearly 50% down. This is the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. We can have a look on that. So yeah, as you can see, 50%. So this is what happened at that point, and right now, as you can see, from this point down there, from our third low all the way up. Oh, sorry. From this point down there all the way up, we came very close to the 61% Fibonacci retracement level. So this makes a lot of sense to me, and as you can see, all this is playing a big role right now. So much support right now. So for me, it is very unlikely to see Bitcoin making a new low. Really, it would make no sense to me. I've studied Bitcoin's historical price movement, and something like that never happened before, so I would be very surprised. And yeah, this is why I really believe in the four-wave theory, and it showed us this point. I told you this, we must sell. There I told you we have to buy, and after buying that point, we made $2,000 gains. So, and right now everything shows me that we won't see a new low. So I would be very surprised, and when that happens, I have to ask myself what changed, because this would be the first time. Now you always have a first time, but I don't, after seeing that, after comparing it with that, I don't think that we will see a new low. Alright, so because as I told you, the recurring similarities are too big, and this is a bullish trend. Now you can say whatever you want, this is okay. I like that when we have a discussion and something like that, but everything tells me that this won't go lower. Maybe a little bit. Maybe we see a little candle down there, but it will come up very fast and move all the way up and break this upper line, and then we will see Bitcoin move inside of this channel. And when we see this move, when we break 11K, we will talk about how we can find the highest point, because I think I found a solution for that. But I'm still working on it, because like I told you, I don't want to tell you something that has a low probability. But right now we are on a critical point. A lot of people are talking about a new low. This is a bearish trend and things like that, but not for me, okay? Because this was also not a bearish trend. It was a short, very short term bearish trend, but as you can see, we have so much similarities. So this is absolutely okay. I mean, we made a $2,000 step. What? You really thought it would move up like crazy? I mean, people always think that. They wish it would. I mean, okay, I really understand it, but you need these corrections. You need that. And you all know that. I mean, we see it everywhere. After a big move, we see a correction. All right? Every time after a big move, we see a correction. So absolutely normal. So this is nothing that we didn't expect. And yeah, as I told you, right there at that point, we have a lot of support. And this is why Bitcoin is not breaking all the way down. And yeah, I really think that we will see this move upwards. This is the only thing that makes sense to me. So yeah, we will have a look at that, and we will see what happens. But these are the reasons why I say we will see Bitcoin moving upwards. Now, please write in the comments what you think about that, or no, better in the Discord channel. I'm very happy when you join in, and yeah, when you like the content, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you all for everything you're doing. It means really a lot to me, and yeah, I hope that I'm giving you a content that answers the questions, because again, today I watched some of the videos of these big YouTubers, and really they don't give you real answers. It's all about guessing and not knowing what's going on. A little bit information, a little bit analysis. Yeah, and I think that on this channel we are inside of a very small group that knew it will come down, that knew it will go up. And I think that we really could make profit, and a lot of people missed that point. They don't understand what is going on. Today I've seen videos talking about what institutional players are doing, manipulating the price and things like that. Really, I don't believe that. I don't believe that, because Bitcoin is doing the same since 2010. Always doing the same. And the only reason why we reach higher prices is because of the attention. All right. So, but these movements we've seen back in 2010. We've seen that in 2012 and things like that. I mean, I don't know which point it was. I think this one. No, a big drop. I don't know which one it was. I know. Yeah, I know. We were waiting for this point, and all of a sudden, I think this green thing came out of nowhere, and people wrote, well, big news. The Treasury Secretary is talking about Bitcoin and things like that, and they're buying the news. And I said, guys, I don't think that. I don't believe that, because Bitcoin always did the same. It will come down, and it came right down. And then I said, all right, we touched the channel line, and it will move all the way up. And this is exactly what we're seeing. And that happened back in 2010 when nearly nobody knew anything about Bitcoin. All right. So I trust Bitcoin. I trust the price movement. This recurring similarities everywhere you look, recurring similarities. We will talk about new recurring similarities that I found. For example, this head and shoulders patterns that we can see everywhere. Nearly every channel is full of these head and shoulders patterns, and it makes a lot of sense because, as I told you, these patterns are a sign for a trend reversal. All right, so that makes a lot of sense to me. And as I told you, this right there, this is again a head and shoulders reversal pattern, telling us we have a trend reversal. And this is it right there, as you can see. And this correction, absolutely normal. We've seen that in the past. And what? Everybody thought it would go all the way down? No, it moved all the way up. So, nobody can say with, I think the probability that it will move higher is much bigger than the probability that it will go down. All right. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I hope this is helpful. I don't want to say that we won't see a new low, all right? Maybe, but this chance is so little, all right? And we will see what happens. And when I see that, I say sorry. But yeah, as I told you, I think really it is so crazy likely that we will see this move upwards. All right, please write in the comments what you think about it. Give it a thumbs up when you like the content and think it is helpful. Have a nice day. I'll keep you updated and we will see you soon.